Hey Robert, hey Kathy. How's it going? Thanks. Yeah, you know, if I got back and I was like, so I drove from Dallas to Austin this morning to the airport, which, you know, we left around 2 a.m. and our flight was at 7:30. And so, you know, it's like a 3-hour drive, 3 hour and 15 minutes. So we get to the airport and it's crazy, right? And so, you know, a couple weeks ago, I was like, you know, I should just get TSA pre. Y'all, that was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because the beauty of it was that we all got it. So, you know, the lines were, we would have missed our flights. Yeah. So anyway, can everybody else hear me? Am I silent? What's going on? So, yes. Yeah. And then my iPad just completely shut down, so I'm a little, you know, anyway, flying by the seat of my pants. Hey Ryan, hey Erica. Yeah, Deborah, TSA pre is the business. Hi Christopher. Yes. So, you know, if you're like me, hi Rachel, and you're on the fence about TSA pre, it's worth it. You know, 5 years of no crazy lines. And I mean, people are starting to fly again. Like this morning was a zoo. So, you know, but listen, the kids did great. We had a great time in Texas. We got to see my aunt. It's my father's last remaining sibling, and she's 82. And I was like, you know what? Let's go see her while she's sharp and clear. Let's go do that. And let's go play with your little cousins. You know, and let me go play with my big cousins. Yes. I don't know about y'all, but like, some of my cousins are also my closest friends, which is lovely. Hi, Raymond. It's nice to be back, yes. I mean, I'm a little rested. I mean, I did go to the gym for the first time in over a year and a half, which was amazing. Oh, yeah, so I was in San Antonio, Austin, and also in Dallas, and just driving everywhere in between. So, yeah, you know, and when you're the only driver, it's a lot. But I like to drive, and I'm from a family of drivers, so, you know, it was great. Yes, and I'll definitely be back soon. Yeah, so we're all from Mississippi, but most of us moved to Texas. There are a few of us out in here in California and, you know, other random states, but yeah, the majority in Texas, Houston, which I didn't get to this time, unfortunately. You know, there was only so much time, and the kids were, that's the weird thing, it was their last week of school, which, you know, the two little ones weren't doing much of anything, but Riley had her finals, which, you know, she did really well, so I'm really proud. And we just figured out that I can be on the road, have kids, do school, visit family, you know, all of that. Anyway, but it's good to be back, right? I mean, I came home today and I was like, you know, let me unpack, because I don't know about y'all, but if I don't unpack immediately, my bag will sit in my floor until I have the next trip. And so I also had this moment where I was like, you know what, I need to start having a packed bag like I used to, so that packing becomes really easy. And I have these packing cubes and just throw them in. Oh, hi Yadazar. That is a beautiful name. Oh my goodness, I love it. Welcome. Y'all doing well? I totally missed you, and I was like, maybe I should do a show from my cousin's living room. And then last night before I left, he was like, hey, try my piano. And I was like, oh my God, this piano is beautiful, and I've never played it. And I was like, what are you doing with your life, Ethan? Yes. All right, y'all ready? You ready to sing? Here we go. I promised that I never would leave you. It's funny how the seasons change, and the more that I try to forget you, it's funny how things stay the same without a rhyme or reason. When I look into your eyes, I know that I found forever. No hiding and no disguises. Reunion reminder of everything I wanna be, who I am and how with you I can be free. I was just thinking about you, Miss Eleanor. I can be free. It's amazing what the soul can remember, no matter what the day or time or the appointed hour. All I know is your soul and mine are so joyful together. It's as if we found the perfect way of being together. So tell me, how can we stay apart? Can we stay apart? In a place before now, a time before here, we were called to this place, and I'm glad to be standing here. Sometimes the truth is painful, but a leap of faith is all it takes. Close your eyes, don't get discouraged. Spread your wings and just let the winds of change blow free. Just believe they will hold you if you dare to close your eyes and soar free. Soar free, soar free. Free. Hey, Karis, good to see you too. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome. Wait, I was the one that was gone. I'm sorry. It's good to see you. You know I was all over the place this time. The time difference, traveling with 3 children. It was a lot, but worth every minute. Yes. Yes. Hey, Scotty. Welcome back, yo. Thanks. Free, free, free. My soul is free, free. My soul is free, free, free. My soul is free. My soul is free. My soul is free. Hey, Kimmy, what's up, girl? Is your soul free? Yeah, you know, it's funny, like I miss y'all when I'm not here, and I miss playing. I didn't do any playing this week. I totally took the week off. I didn't do any singing at all. So I think my voice is rested for sure. I mean, you know, I got, well, it said I got 1 hour and 47 minutes of sleep last night, but that, okay, if sleep is laying there going, oh my God, but what if we miss the flight, then what? What if it starts raining? Because everywhere in Texas was pouring, and I was like, oh God. And then the GPS was doing weird things and making me do circles, and I was like, no, if you just follow the way to Waco, you get it. So yes, all of that. But anyway, we flew in this morning on the 7:35 a.m. flight. Yeah. So I took a little nap, and I'm going to be knocked out later, and, you know, it'll be great. I took an 1.5 hour hip-hop exercise class while I was there, because there's a guy there, Brandon, that teaches these amazing classes and, you know, just kills you. So, like, after having not done that particular thing for a year, I was like, oh my God, but I feel so good. Yeah. So what did y'all do? Anything? Yeah. Anyway, so somebody was saying something about mermans. So you know what? So let's just start there. I'm totally winging it today. Yes, and I'm proud of it. Last night, swimming in the moonlight, I saw a merman swimming out to sea. He whispered softly, "Come, swim with me. You know you've been searching for me for all your life, and I've been watching you every day and every night. Now there you are, in the waves, and I'm here. Swim with me, and baby makes three soon. Don't be afraid of the water, it's not that deep. I won't let you drown unless it's in my own sadness. I'll watch you as you sleep to make sure you stay afloat. And then someday soon there'll be 3 or 4, maybe even 5. Come swim with me, he said to me. And I said, I know you can. I'm not coming over there. It's not safe in the water. Besides, I'll mess my hair up. I haven't got time for you tonight. But then the sand between my toes started pulling, as if I were being bold to see. You see, I felt like I was going backwards to the tides, taking hold of me, and there he was, this merman swimming in the sea. He took my hand and we swam among the waves, and the moonlight full and sweetly played dances on our heads. And I sang to him on a rock, as any siren would, as any siren would. You know, I sang to him. I thought the merman was in love. It's fun to play with a merman, but you never know what you might get. And most of the time, it seems that all you get is wet, drenched to the soul, and then you can't dry off. And suddenly you're old and so is everything he says to you. You don't believe him anymore, and still, only 2 and 2 is not enough. There needs to be at least 3 for the divine. But I swam at sea at night with he, and loved every minute. Yes, I swam at sea and loved him. So now I don't go to the beach. I'm afraid of the water, I'm scared to swim. But then it only gets hotter as my feet slip in again. Steam rising to the sky. Then look, it's a merman, and he's swimming up to me. And I think that maybe this time he could be the one for me. You know what they say? All mermen aren't alike. Maybe this one is older than 20. Maybe it could be the one for me. There's so many mermen, so many mermen in the sea. Yeah, me too, Nieta. Last night have been sleeping, but your voice turned me to another season. Youth is wasted on the young, wisdom's wasted on a heart that just won't function, walking wounded in the sun of another lady's days gone by. Still I'm not dry, so let it rain. Thunder and lightning falling from the sky. I am not afraid of a little water, and I'm not afraid of you and I. 'Cause I made a list, checked it twice, but baby, you are everything on it. Who knew that you'd show up so nice, leaving me frustrated and haunted, with your voice ringing in my ears, ringing. Come and play with me as if there's no tomorrow. There is only this roof, moon and stars, two guitars, and my little piano. So let it rain, thunder and lightning falling from the sky. I am not afraid of a little water, and I'm not afraid of you and I, and falling like the raindrops through a wide and open sky, through clouds so heavy laden they can't help but cry. Soul to soul, heart to heart, your belly to my back. Where we've gone, there can be no turning back. 'Cause you remind me who I am, in my past, my present, and in my future. We are travelers in time on this endless winding road called life. So baptize me again and let it rain, thunder and lightning falling from the sky. I am not afraid of a little water. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to let it rain. Hey, handsome son Max. To let it rain, to let it rain. Hey, Mom Judy and Colleen and Terry, what's up, y'all? How you doing? Mom Judy, how you doing? You feeling good? I hope you are. I've been praying for you. Hi, Simone. What's up, girl? A stick, a stone, it's the end of the road. The rest of the stump, it's a little It's a sliver of glass, it is life, it's the sun, it is night, it is death, it's a trap, it's a gun. The oak when it blooms, the blood in the brush, the knot of the wood, the song of the thrush, the water of the wind, a cliff, a fall, a scratch, a lump. It is nothing at all, it's the wind blowing free. The end of the slope, it's a beam, it's a board, it's a hunch, it's a hope. And the riverbank talks of the waters of March. It's the end of the strain, it's the joy in your heart. The foot, the ground, the flesh and the bone, the beat of the road, a slingshot stone, a fish, a flash, a silvery glow, a fight, a bet. It's the range of the bow, the bed of the whale, the end of the line, the dismay in the face. It's a loss, it's a find, a spear, a spike, a point, a nail, a trip, a drop. It's the end of the tale. The truckload of bricks in the sun, money light, shot of a gun in the dead of the night. A mile, a must, a thrust, a bump. It's a girl, it's a rhyme. It's a cold, it's the mumps. The plan of the house, the body in bed in the cart that got stuck in the mud. It's the mud, a float, a drift, a flight, a wing, a hawk, a quail. The promise of spring and the riverbank talks of the waters of March. It's the end of old strain, it's the joy in your heart. Hey Dawn, Survivor, I like that. Eu pedra eu fim de caminho resto de toco pouco sozinho cada vidro e a vida e o sol e a noite e a morte e uma sal e um sol e por amo no campo e a madeira cancha candia e matita perreira. A snake, a stick, Johnny, this Joe, it's a cut on your hand, a point on your toe, a point, a grain, a bee, a bite, a blink, a buzzard, a sunstroke of night, a pin, a needle, a stick, a pain, a snail, a riddle, a wasp, a sting, a blast in the mountains, a horse and a mule. In the distance, three shelves roll their shadows of blue, and the riverbank talks. And the riverbank talks to the waters of March. And the riverbank talks to the waters of March. And the riverbank talks to the waters of March. It's the end of the strain, it's the joy. E pau, eu pedra, eu fim do caminho. Resto de toco, pouco sozinho. Marvin, you know I can't stay away. And the riverbank talks of the waters of March. It's the end of all strain. It's the joy. Hey Terry, happy birthday from yesterday. Oh, we should sing to you. That's what we should do. And then next week. Yes. And the riverbank talks of the waters of March. It's the end of all strain. It's the joy. Yeah, Scotty, you know what? Me too. I'm so grateful. So grateful for y'all just coming every day. Yes, makes me happy. All right, should we sing happy birthday to Terry? I think we should. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. All right. Because I know it's your favorite. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what what's on the other side. Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. Wine social, I like it. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I think they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who says that every wish can be heard and answered, wished on the morning stars? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it, and look where it's gotten so far. I've heard it too many. That's not the words, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me, all of us under its spell. I know it's definitely magic. Have you been half asleep? Have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is it the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? I have a feeling it's one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. Something that I'd like to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Okay, Nietza and Scotty Duns. The two of you are, yeah. I mean, Nietza knows that I am that friend that you can't sit anywhere with. Yes, and Scotty, I feel as though you are one of us, right? I mean, I'm just see there. There's all the sass. Okay, but I love that you are on your porch having a glass of. Girl, you should listen. Y'all should get your wine every. Yeah, you can't. No, you can't sit together. And where is Kamal? Nietza, where is he? Your son. Your little yes. Bad boys. Okay, he has me cracking up every day. Seriously, y'all make me laugh. Seriously, I mean, it's funny. Like I think I used to be on Facebook much more, and I used to write a lot. You know, I used to, have stuff to say, and now it's like I'm just posting stuff I said 2 years ago because it's, it's still so present and all of that. But, oh, nice. Whoop, whoop. Yes, listen anytime. Yes, Scotty, listen. That's what I love about this community because, we are a community of people who, it's so funny because most of us have never seen each other in person. I mean, I think I'm the only, no, that's not true. I was going to say I'm the only one that's seen all of you in person, but even that's not true. So, I'm just saying. It's wonderful. So, I mean, I love my family and, family is everything to me, as you know. Yes, reunion, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. We need to do like another late night thing too. I got to figure that out. I with the kids just being finished with school and all that. I mean, of course, Frankie starts summer school on Monday at school. So, she has to be there like 8:30, I think. So I guess we'll be doing that. Yeah. So I think we get a break in July, which is great. And, Riley's in school too. Y'all, listen, let me tell you, that girl, she had this project for her art history class, and she did a film. I was sitting there like, you want to be a filmmaker? Is this what we're talking about? Y'all, it was so good. It was so good. Okay, Kim, girl, you know what? We pray for you, for sure. We, yes. God, I pray for you every day, but okay, but listen. When you're feeling down and lonely, da, 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 where to go to? Da, 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 da. Okay, you know what it is. Call me. Don't be afraid to just call me. And you know what? If you need a walk, girl, I mean, yes, my thighs could use a walk. Trust and believe. Seriously. Listen, she's so shy about it. Yes, a whole ass film. Oh, I scored it, by the way. But her sisters acted in it. Hi, Tina. Listen, let me tell you, those little jokers that come on here every day, they are not afraid of the camera at all. I sat there, I was like, anyway, so her teacher was watching it, and her teacher, when they got to the end, the teacher was like, I was so impressed I forgot to grade it. I was watching the other kids, stuff, and I was like, oh, okay. Terrible. It was just terrible. It was terrible. It was like, how boys films in high school. I come in, I kill everyone. Everybody. So everybody dies. And I was like, it's really good. It's really good. Even when she showed me the beginning, I was like, right. Okay. Frankie's the TikTok queen. She can't sit still long enough for a lesson, but she is the TikTok. Nieta. So yesterday, we hung out with Aunt Tony, because Aunt Tony and Uncle David moved to Grand Prairie, so they're close to Dallas. So they came over. Frankie was all over the place. I mean, just like, as usual. So she's so much fun. Anyway, yes, they are on TikTok. Yes, Tony West. What's up, baby? So Tony, I was in Texas all week. Yes, I flew into Austin and then drove to San Antonio, and then from San Antonio to Houston, and then back to Austin last night this morning to fly out. So yes, I'm tired, but inspired. So, I was just thinking, like, forgiveness. I've been thinking a whole lot about forgiveness and how much goes into forgiving. Right. So, you know what, Robert, you're probably right. Yes. Anyway. Yes, no, Texas was great. Listen, like, I love being around my family. They are so much fun because they are all just hilarious. Hilarious. Look, when I'm with my pistol, I sparkle like a crystal, like the dew in the morning sun. But when I'm with a fella, I'm lower than a cellar, 'cause you can't get a man with a gun. When I'm but I'm out with a fella, I'm lower than a cellar, 'cause you can't get a man with a gun. With a gun. Oh, too far? Okay. Got no diamonds, got no pearls still. I think I'm a lucky girl. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Got no mansion, got no yacht still. I'm so happy with what I've got. I've got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. All right, okay, it doesn't take much for me to go off on a tangent. Anyway, but no, I was just thinking about forgiveness and, just listen. It's the governor of Texas is trying to just let, folks carry, just free carry, just, whatever. Oh, you got a gun? You want to carry it? Okay. Just make sure you got a holster. So no more check your guns at the door, just the Wild Wild West. Right. No masks. Can I just tell y'all, like, okay, so first of all, there's this place called Buc-ee's. Okay, so many things. How is gas $2 and something? Gas in California is $4.19 for unleaded regular. Right, that part. I was like, so many things. So a couple years ago, I was dating this guy in Austin. And I was very, very happy, and I was considering, moving there and being there and so many things. Anyway, so we broke up like, you know, before the pandemic, and all of my stuff was there. And I was like, so I did go get my stuff, but my cousin, Jessica, my ride or die, went and got my shit. And so it's been at my aunt's for like a year and a half, right? And I had, like, right before I had bought all these beautiful dresses because I was planning on performing and, you know, being in love and that sort of thing, which did not work out. However, you know, as I find out every time falling in love again, what am I to do? That part, yeah. Anyway, you know, and I remember, like, one of my first boyfriends was like, oh my God, he's like, every time you fall in love, it's like the first time. You know, because I would call him and tell him about it. He'd be like, girl, really? And I'd be like, yes, I'm so happy. And then, you know, terribleness would ensue, and then I would write a song or 7 about it. And then, you know, he was like, okay, well, you know, it's great. Yes, Kimmy, I got my daddy's watch back. Because, you know, that was the big thing. Remember, we talked about that, and you were like, girl, thank you so much for telling me not to go. It was great. But anyway, yeah, my cousin Jessica went and got all my stuff, and it was all there. Like, he had packed it all up. Okay, I'm gonna be petty for a second. He's petty, right? So I had given him these beautiful frames with, you know, pictures of his children in it that I had, you know, done everything to go get and found and everything. Y'all, do you know he took the pictures out of the frames, put the frames in the bag, and then left the pictures of me and him and gave me those back. And I'm like, no, when it gets down to the heart of the matter, right, that part. I was like, I see you driving around town with the, right. And I'm like, you and, yeah, whatever. Except I'm sure he doesn't have another girlfriend. Bet you wish your girlfriend was hot like me. Bet you wish your girlfriend, yeah, that part. See, listen. But you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I know about myself. And I was talking to a friend this morning about, you know, like, you know, the first time dudes mess up, just let them go. And the only time that I, you know, did not follow my own rule, one of my friends was like, oh, but you have to give him another chance. And I was like, do I? Listen, people are allowed to get away with a lot of shit. Right, but I didn't mean to hurt him. Listen, okay, here's the thing. You know when somebody does something to you and you tell them because you are evolved enough to say, you know what, sir, you really hurt me. And then you lay out all the things that hurt you, right? And they go, oh, well, I don't understand why that hurt you. Well, you don't need to understand. What you need to do is apologize, right? And apologies, if you're not willing to change your behavior or even figured out what it was that you did, right? But even after I explained to him very clearly, and you know, it's kind of funny because, like, I'm still cool with his parents, and, you know, I had called his dad, and I was like, yo, and he was like, yo, yeah, that dude is crazy. And I was like, but he was like, listen, he was like, I'm gonna talk to you like your daddy would talk to you. And I'm like, that's exactly right. Because Marion, I remember when I had my heart broken in high school. I mean, I had my heart just broken, y'all, broken. And my dad was like, he's like, okay, so you gonna cry about this? Oh, look, it's my baby. What's up? Come on. Just in time for me to talk about the holy water. And, you know, my dad was like, listen, he was like, you know, cry about it a little bit. Give yourself a time limit, cry about it. And then just know that men are like buses. And if you wait long enough, another one will come along and take you where you need to go. That's what my daddy said, Marion said that. And he was like, listen, you don't have to put up with any of this bullshit. If you don't want to get married, you don't have to get married. You want to have kids? You don't have to have kids. You want to be a musician? Go be a musician. Go do that. Don't tell your mother I said that, but go do it, right? Listen, My daddy, and you know, my mother was so proper and so, you know, my dad was like, kiss a motherfucker goodbye. Just let it go, right? And I'm telling you, listen, that's how I'm raising these girls, right? I'm like, listen, right. And for y'all who know my daddy, you know I'm telling the truth. And you know he cussed like a sailor. I told y'all, he would cuss and people would be like, oh my God, he's so well-spoken. I'm like, you don't... That's like Mark McClendon telling me that he had never heard me cuss when I started cussing about Barbara Thorpe. Yes, he did, Scotty does. He was like, yeah, you stand on that corner, another one will come right along and take you right where you need to go. Yeah, he was like, you don't have to put up with the bullshit. None of it. He's like, let it go. You don't like it? Be out. So, I say all that to say, like, lady, cab driver, roll up your window fast. Yeah, listen. Okay, and like I said, for those of you who knew my daddy, like, you know that I am not lying. I mean, I was in high school, but you know, listen. Okay, so I remember when I was in 5th grade, and I was, my freshman year, when I tell y'all it was hard, it was hard. I mean, a lot of the girls did not like me, and of course, you know, all the dudes did, like, cause I like dudes, like, I like things that dudes like. I do. And we have fun and it's cool and I'm never stressing them or anything, right? Because my daddy was like, don't stress them. If they, if they want to be there, let them be there. My freshman year, I mean, somebody had written like bitch on my door in, big black letters. And Tony West. And my roommate at the time was from New York and she was the greatest. And she was like, girl, she's like, nobody's going to hurt you as long as I'm here. Like, I mean, we did have fun. We did. And, she was just like so cool. And I remember calling my dad and I was like, because I had a really bad, just a really bad. And then, yeah, right. And then my friend, one of my dearest friends out here was killed in a head-on car crash, right? And I was just like, so I called my dad and I was like, Dad, people are being mean to me. And he's like, motherfuckers paying your rent? I was like, no. He was like, okay. Are they buying you clothes? I was like, no. He said, are they feeding you? And I said, no. And he was like, well, fuck them then. And I was like, that's my daddy. That's my daddy. Yeah. See? That's my daddy. He was like, he was about as straight shooting as you could get. Could not lie to save his life. Honest all the time. Just... And as a girl dad, like, he was like, nuh-uh, you can do everything a man can do, and you could do it twice as good. So don't let that stop you, Yeah, I mean, he was very serious about that, and I'm so grateful for both of my parents because they offered a balance. Because my mom would be like, Marion, don't tell her that, and he'd be like, yeah. And so like when right, Mo Beasley. And so, when I got to Howard and I was in pharmacy school and I was miserable, but I was spending all my time in fine arts. That's where I met Mo Beasley and we were hanging out. And I remember I called because I decided to switch over and, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to work or whatever. And I Mrs. Work was like, you got to tell your mom. I was like, do I? Because I don't feel like I need to, kind of like Marin, right? So, Marin wouldn't have told my mother about Riley until her head was cresting, right? Because I was like, dude, you need to tell your mom that, hello? Anyway, so I was like, I'm not telling my mother. And for those of you who know my mother, again, my mother is very serious. So I called her and I was like, listen, lady, I was like, so I am miserable. And I know that I told you that, if I'm not going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a pharmacist so that, and I'm going to be a musician. And she was like, Marion. Right. And he was like, well, I don't really understand why it took you so long. And she was like, that's not what you're supposed to say. And she's like, give me that. Right. Okay. My mother did not talk to me for 6 months. 6 months. And speaking of Bobies, yeah. So, and then the other time that she didn't call my house for a year. I had to call her for a year because when Mo Beasley and I ran into each other on the streets. We hadn't seen each other in forever. And he was like, yo, my show's closing. I need a place to live. And I was like, yo, Shauna's moving out. I need a roommate so that I can keep my place. And so we were like, cool, right? Anyway, we know where all the bodies are, my mom's like, okay, never mind. Anyway, so I call my mother and I'm like, hey, Mom, listen, Mo's gonna move it. She was like, Maureen? And I was like, no, Morris. And she was like, click. So then my phone rings and it's my father, my daddy. So, your mother informs me that you are cohabitating with a man. I said, Daddy. I said, no, I am, Mo Beasley is moving in here so that we can pay my rent. And he was like, okay, all right. Mo Beasley's all good. Right. 10 minutes later, my brother calls. So your mother informs me that you are I said, dude, what? It's Mo Beasley. He was like, oh, okay, it's cool. And my dad was like, well, does he pay his rent on time? And I was like, well, I think so. Right. Okay, so y'all, my mother did not call me. She did not call my house for a year. Again, for those of you who know my mother knows how to hold a grudge, right? I'm sure there's some grudge she's holding right now. Something that I did back, in the 70s. So, yeah, so, Mo and I, and then, okay, but y'all, so, she was like, well, I said, Mom, why don't you call me? Well, because the man might answer. I said, Mom, it's not the man. The man doesn't live here. It's Mo Beasley. He lives here, but he lives in another room. Like, right. So then she meets him, right? And she's like, oh, Mo Beasley, you are just delightful. Why aren't you and my daughter to get... Y'all. Yeah. To hear my... I'm sorry. Listen, I'm so sorry. I should protect the names to innocent... Oh, wait. Oh. Anyway, listen. Mo Beasley was there when I wrote Merman. He was the first one that heard it because I was like, okay, I know I woke you up at 3 o'clock. Okay, I did come down the hall and I was like, dude, you got to hear this, right? And he was like, yo, what are you doing? Yes. So, yes, we had listen, that many things went on in that house. Many things. And it was one of the best times of my life. Like, we always had artists in, people were always, hey, Adrian, what's up, girl? Yeah, so, I don't know. I mean, Mo and I were roommates. I mean, just roommates, like roommates for real. Yes, okay. Mo Beasley is delightful. He is delightful. He is no innocent. And for those of you who don't know, like, you should read some of his poetry because it used to make me blush. Well, okay, it still does. But anyway, yes, he's delightful. He's a delightful human being. And of course my mother thought so. I was like, who is this? Like, y'all, she acted like I had totally lied about all of it. Cause I was like, yo, he was like, why doesn't your mama call? I said, well, because we're cohabitating apparently. And he was like, cohabitating? I was like, I know. Like, who, okay, first of all, who uses that word? Cohabitating? Mom, he lives down the hall. Like, we pay rent. That's what we do. Anyway, yes, and yeah, yes, and for those of you who know my mother, it was kind of surprising she didn't just fly out and yeah. Anyway, but yes, Mo Beasley and I we had a delightful time, and You know, we lived in this really great old house in Brooklyn. You know, dude, I miss Brooklyn so much, like seriously. But you know what, I've realized that I miss that time in Brooklyn where we all lived there and where you would be out, you know, in downtown Brooklyn and run into Spike Lee or his sister or you know, any number of musicians, Terrence Blanchard or, yeah. You know, no, my mother controlled everything. When I tell you everything, everything. Except, you know, like the hilarious thing, yeah, okay, get out of my head, Mo Beasley. Anyway, yeah, because, you know, it's so funny because, like, my mom was, you know, my dad was, like, super laid back and chill. And my mother was, like, you know, type A, perfect. But if you told her she was type A, she'd be like, oh, clutch the pearls. Yes, the whole strand. But, you know, and I'll never forget my dad said, he was like, you know, he was watching one day and he was like, yeah, she thinks she runs this. And I was like, yes. Mo Beasley. Whenever I feel like giving up, whenever my sunshine turns to rain, whenever my hopes and dreams are headed in the wrong direction, he's always there, showing me how much he cares. He's always in my head. Yes, just like Mo Beasley slid that in on me. I see you, dude. I know. My dad was like, you don't run this. And I was like, ooh. Whenever life feels not so great at all, whenever I am all alone, even when I hit the wrong notes, he's always, always in my boat. He's always there, telling me how much he cares. He's always in my head. He's always in my head, my head. Always in my head. Oh my God, Mo, remember that time? Okay, I know y'all. Okay, so I got stories for you today. So Mo and I had gone out with a friend of his, and Mo was with this woman. I don't even, was it Jackie? And I was with Mo's friend, whose name I'm not going to mention. And we had gone to, what is it called? Not the Time Cafe? Oh my God, above the Fez, right? And so we were having brunch. It's Saturday morning, you know, I'm with my date and Mo's with his date. And then Q-Tip walked in, right? Now, y'all, you know, I've met a lot of stars. And so he was at the door and he was, you know, he was like looking around. And it was like we locked eyes and he walked over to the table and I was like, you know, and he reaches over and he's like, hey, I'm John. Like he's reaching over my date, right? And I was like, couldn't get a word out, not a single one. Mo Beasley kicks me under the table and is like, yo, breathe and stop. Yeah. I totally choked. I was like, he was like, hey, I'm John. And let me tell y'all, he was tall and fine. Like I thought he would be short and, you know, short and fine. Nah, he was tall and fine and his hair was all tied up. And, you know, I was like, do, 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 do. And he was walking in. I heard the pimp music and he reached over and he was like, hey, I'm John. And I was like, I could not get it together, y'all. And this fool was kicking me under the table. Meanwhile, my date is like, hey, what about me? And I'm like, yeah, what about you? Right. Anyway, yes. we have had some funny. Right. He was like, breathe and stop. For real? I know. He was like, you fucking speak. You know, kind of like my dad. I'm surprised he didn't just knock me in the back of my head like Marion would have. Like, you know, that was his thing. Like, he would never hit us, but he would just he would catch you like right in that little, you know, just enough to, yeah. Like the time that my brother, and it was his fault because, you know, he was always little and cute and could get away with everything. Like, I got away with nothing, even stuff that I was not doing, which was nothing because I didn't get out. This dude would be like, yeah, I didn't do that. I'd be like, oh my God, he's such a liar. Anyway, he thought it would be a great idea to put soap in the jacuzzi. He was like, well, let's just see what it looks like when it bubbles up. My father was like, oh, y'all want to see what it looks like when it bubbles up? He's like, you better get out there and get every bubble out of that pool. And every time we would scoop all the bubbles out, he would turn the switch on that jacuzzi until it bubbled up. We were out there all damn day getting bubbles out of the pool. And I think about that now, and I was like, I know he was laughing because, you know, I laugh at the kids now, and you know, they're just funny, like this, like the stuff that goes through your kid mind, like. Who's like, hey, let's go pour some soap. Let's see what the bubbles look like. We were so tired. And my dad was like, oh, do I see a bubble? Scotty, me too. Like, listen, I don't even, like, you know, in New York, you always see people, and it's real regular, you know, and people are so cool. And I don't know what it was about that dude other than the fact that he was so fun. I was just like, I couldn't get it. Listen, I met Bobby McFerrin on the street, and I'm like a huge Bobby McFerrin fan. And I was like, oh, Mr. McFerrin, my dad is always laughing. I know he laughs at me. I know he does. I know he's like this one here. Yeah, I literally could not speak, and I am very rarely speechless. I was like, like I just could not form the words in my mouth. They would not form, and I was like, this is terrible. Seriously. See, right, exactly. You know what? Exactly. And like, yeah, my dad he was just always so cool and fun. He was super funny. Like, he was, you know, the king of the one-liner and the squirrel shooter, and, you know, yes, the saving me from always being, you know, because I didn't, very much like him, like I didn't really have a filter. Yeah, you know, my mother was lovely and had a filter. You know, she would only do that at home, and everybody thought that she was very genteel and all of that. And she was, you know. My father, sometimes he would say stuff, and it would be like, see? Oh my God, yeah, listen, and you know, and I'm like, I want to be like that with these girls, right? I want them to know, like, and he told, yes, you all were scared of her. I remember being at Holy Rosary, and my mom would drive up in her big ass Lincoln Continental. She'd turn that corner, you know, and everybody would be like, seriously, every day. Like, I didn't have any friends. Like, people were like, oh my God, we can't. Yes, my mother she was scary. And a couple years, okay, before Marin passed away last year, he was like, yo, you still scared of Mom? I was like, yeah, are you? And he was like, yeah. That part. And for those of you who don't know, my mom passed. So yes, we were still afraid in this home. Yes. Yes, and she was delightful. And, you know, all of her students were like, oh, Miss Garrett, oh my God, it must be so nice to be with your mom at home. And me and Marin would be like, is it? Kind of a drill sergeant, a little scary. I don't know. Yes, and my mother loved you after, you know, after the fact. She was like, that man you live with. I was like, Ma, he doesn't, no, it's not like that. But then she was all over you. She was like, oh, Mo Beasley, and looking at me like, what is wrong with you? Lady, we listen. We know where all the bodies are buried. So can't no. And you know, the other thing, Mo Beasley, is that we have to always be friends because we know where all the bodies are. Yes. Okay, I can't believe it's 6 o'clock. I can't believe I talked y'all to death until... Wow. You better work, Scotty's roommate. What's her name? What's her name? Work. Yes, day 16. Listen, every day. Every day. Yes. Hancock. That's right. He goes super fast. Oh my God. Kind of like, okay, so, you know, every time the kids go home to their mom, they come back and it's like they've grown. Like, you know. Listen, 57 days is a long time. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take those sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the night of a dark black. Thanks, Simone. All right, y'all. Praying for all of you. Hey, Anna. Oh my gosh. I hope you're feeling better. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life. You're only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were always waiting for this moment to arrive. You were always waiting for this moment to arrive. All right, y'all. Walk in the light. Be the light for somebody. We love you too. I love all of you. Fly. Get some sleep this weekend. I'll be back on Monday. I'll have new songs for you and a new attitude, I'm sure. Hi, Glenn. I mean, Mr. Haviland. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst. I was just talking about Nathan earlier. Yes. Fly, fly. All right, so you know what? I used to dream of flying, and then one day I did. Spread my wings and fly away, abandoning the places that I've known and lived. And now I'm free. Right back at you, Mo Beasley. Oh, beloved, you say to me, and I find myself becoming weak in the knees again. Hey, Mrs. Haviland. Oh, beloved, when you smile, the moon reflects so sweetly in your eyes. Love y'all. Prayers up for you every day. All right, y'all. Walk in the light, the beautiful light. Bring the light, shine the light. I'll see you on Monday. I'm sure I'll have more stories and, you know, songs and stuff. All right. I love y'all. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being who you are. And Terry, yes, we will talk about lessons and, you know, what you want for next week. All right, y'all. I love you. Bye.